George Bernard Shaw once said, "I want to be thoroughly used up when I die. For the harder I work more, the more I love. I rejoice in life for its own sake. Life is no brief candle to me. It is a sort of splendid torch which I have got a hold of the moment, and I want to make it burn as brightly as possible before handing it to the future generations." The question I ask, this torch that you have, this torch that I have, is it burning brightly? And are we passing the baton to the future generations? Most often, even though we can lie to ourselves, the answer is no. Because we are wallowing in the valley of despair. Relationships are not working. Work is chaotic. Family is threatened. No place is safe for you and me. And the reason why there is no safety anywhere, it's because we have not unlocked our potential. Because the moment you unlock your potential, then you have a foundation from which all your decisions are anchored on. Which means you stop becoming a person who is jailed by the validation of other people. That if people can't tell you you look smart today, you're sad. If your boyfriend, if your girlfriend, if your husband or wife does not acknowledge how hardworking you are, then they don't care about you anymore. And the very reason those things hurt us is because we have not looked from within. We live in a world where we seek so much to be loved until we forget to love in the first place. We seek so much to be complimented until we forget that we are the epitome of complimenting. We seek so much to be acknowledged until we forget to acknowledge ourselves. And tonight, I just want to call upon each one of us to look and live life from within. You and I need to find the genius in us and live that genius. Otherwise, we'll be facing challenges like midlife identity crisis. You work, you have money, you can afford a vacation. Your kids will not be sent home for fees. You are living in your own house, but you feel empty and useless. You are excited about your job, but you're not sure of what tomorrow holds. But you and I can be happy, can be content with wherever level we are in life. But that only happens when we unlock our potential. I want to quote Stephen Covey from his book, Everyday Greatness, the introduction part. And I want to read it to each one of us. "I feel blessed. In a world where turmoil dominates the evening news and words of discouragement often prevail, I feel blessed to meet daily with individuals around the globe whose lives convince me that there is abundance of good among us. In a day when we hear so much of corporate scandals and ethical breaches, I feel blessed to associate with leaders of nations, heads of businesses, and first-time supervisors whose lives are filled with integrity and moral fortitude. In a time where echoes of crime, war, natural disasters, and disease are common, I feel blessed to work with law enforcers, military experts, civic administrators, and medical professionals who sacrifice much and whose intentions are honorable. In an age where parenthood and family ties are being challenged as perhaps never before, I feel blessed to know strong fathers and noble mothers who day by day and night do their best to provide sustenance and nurturance for their children. And in an era when schools and youths are being bombarded with negativism and sensitive social dilemmas, I feel blessed to be familiar with dedicated teachers and talented youths who are rich in character and committed to make a difference, each in their own unique way. Indeed, I feel blessed to encounter people from all walks of life and all parts of the world who are genuinely good and who do so much to contribute to the world around them. They inspire me. Probabilities are high that you are such a person. And by the fact that you've chosen to come and be a member or a guest of Kilele Toastmasters Club, it is evident that you are such a good person. So shall you clap for yourself? The question comes, how do you unlock your potential? 1. Choose to act. Choose to act. I joined Toastmasters February 1st, 2019. Within 2 years, I had achieved my distinguished Toastmaster goal, which is the highest educational goal in Toastmasters, which means I had already completed 2 parts. As we speak, I've completed 3 parts. The reason why I've not even done my 4th part, it's because I took a break from pursuing educational goals and focus on leadership, which has brought me here today. I joined with excited, empowered, and passionate Toastmasters in February 1st. But I can tell you, some of them have never even done an icebreaker speech. You see, the ability to take action is what separates men from boys and women from girls. Let not age lie to you. You could be 50 years, but you are simply a girl because you've never chosen to act. You could be 90 years, but you're simply a boy because you've never chosen to act. Take action, especially in contributing to the things that are for the good of the world. When did you join Toastmasters? Have you ever even completed your first level? The only way to deal with procrastination is to act. There is no any other way. You can never dream yourself into something. You have to hammer yourself into something. Before I traveled from Mombasa, I remember I slept only 3 hours before I could wake up and take the train. I could have postponed, but I woke up and I came. Whenever you are in a town, which is not your usual town, and you know some people live there who you know, it is important to always check up on them. Because if anything happens, you are likely to call them. So don't call them when you need them. It's important to ping. That's what I do. I had 3 people to ping and drop my book because I've written a book and a few friends want to buy them. This pinging had to get me late to get to Thika. But I chose to stay to my commitments because I had communicated to them that I will be able to meet them. And that is what we call integrity. Integrity is defined as the ability and capacity to make and keep a promise. It's that simple. Because the values we talk about, there is no thermometer for measuring integrity. You can only experience integrity by the engagement you have with individuals. Did I get late to Thika? Yes, but I communicated that I'll be late. But then I met all my commitments. That is choosing to act instead of cowarding from my own commitment that I had made. Number two, acting is not enough. Most of us, the reason why we join mastermind groups, it's because at an individual level, we can't trust ourselves to be consistent with something. It's the year you say, I'm going to be 0 carbs, especially the ladies, 0 carbs this year. I'm going to the gym once every week. You actually go ahead and pay for the membership the whole year. But by February 14th, gym no more, carbs, the cake is there. Consistency, are we together? You lose it. Then at the end of the year, you're like, now this is my 2024 resolution. Year in, year out. For you to curb that, point number 2, invest in your personal development. I'll tell you this, getting a master's, getting a PhD sounds very prestigious, but that is not personal development. Personal development is understanding who the heck you are. Who are you? In terms of, stop these things of introversion, extroversion, that is just an element of you. It is so sad that as we always box ourselves into things like, I am an introvert, I am an extrovert. That's just one element, and you take it, you define it as the entirety of yourself. So there is a lot to who you are. There is how you collect information, how you prefer to make decisions, how you prefer to communicate, and how you prefer to be communicated to. You need to understand all these nitty-gritties, because then you can become emotionally intelligent. There is nothing like, I cannot help you improve your confidence. I cannot teach you self-esteem. The only way for you to enhance your self-esteem and build your confidence, it is to understand who you are, so that you can be, you can be able to be comfortable under your skin and then explore your skin out there. Invest in personal development. I find Toastmasters as one avenue for my personal development. It is not the main avenue. It's one of the avenues I grow and build myself personally. Point number 3, the choice of consistency in your contribution. Whether it is at your workplace, whether it's at home, can we trace your consistency? Or are you a one-hit wonder? Consistency. Consistency. And I'll tell you, one of the ways for us to see your consistency, if whatever you've had me speak here, you can go to my social media and find it, be it YouTube, be it Facebook, be it LinkedIn. That tells you that this person is. And then that is not enough. You've just had me. If you engage with me, whether professionally or personally, and you find I still live up to what I am sharing, that is consistency. But if there is discord, then it's mere speeches, but not doing the work. So we are all in the same bandwagon. We are Toastmasters, but then one day we will have stars, and some of us will be clapping for the stars. I'm not saying it's bad to clap for people, but the point is we can clap for each other's stars, isn't it? Why can't we clap for each other's stars? Why does it have to be like we have one star and all of us are just pushing the star? We can all be stars in our own way. If you are a star in grammarian, be a star in it. Become consistent in it. Mentor and nurture other people into it. And that is how you leave your name in the sands of time. Life is about contribution. In whatever space you find yourself, contribute something. And then when all is said and done, we remember your name. Unlock your potential. Choose to act. Invest in your personal development. And choose to be consistent where people just want to be a one-hit wonder.